Good evening, everybody. How are you going? I'm having a fabulous day. Oh dear. Let's get some sharing out done. Oh, wow. Okie dokie. Let's just get these little links up and running. How is your day today? I have had an absolutely amazing day. That is for sure. Hi, Melinda. Evening to you, my darling. Evening to you. Now, just so we don't get any feedback, I'm just going to plug those in for just a moment so that I can pin that comment. Okay. Expand that out. And we'll pin that one. Beautiful. So if you could get out there and just share it out. Thank you. I'm so grateful to you. I'm going to share it across to some groups as well so that we can hopefully encourage some more beautiful souls. There we go. Because it's always fun to have more people to play with, right? Okay. Oh, hang on. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Really busy at the food hub today. Excellent. I am happy that you're busy. Oh dear. It's one of those funny things. It's like, I'm happy that you're busy. I'm not so happy that there are so many people that require your services. But I'm also happy that there are the services there that, you know, the food hub helps to provide. And that to me is really important too, you know. So let me just double check that I've grabbed them all, that I was happy to hop into. Yep, that'll do. And of course, best to share into my own public feed, isn't it? Because I'm clever like that. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been an absolutely amazing day. I have done two very, very different but equally as incredible sessions today. And thank you, Mel. Let me just turn that down just a smudge on, so that when we do our meditation stuff later on, it's not quite so loud. So yeah, I got to do some really incredible healings today. We did a little bit of somatic healing. So for those of you who don't know about somatic healing, the gorgeous Kira Ketsu did appear on my Tasty Tuesdays show and last year. And she does somatic healing. And as she was describing what it is, I was like, oh, geez, I do that too. I just didn't know that that's what I was doing. So essentially that is around doing some work with your inner child and healing those past traumas from the inner child perspective. So I quite often end up working that sort of healing space into my sessions, depending on what's coming up, of course. So yeah, it's really interesting when you start diving into other different modalities. So that was this morning, and then this afternoon I got to do this incredible healing with this amazing being, and we ended up doing some past life healing work. where it was somebody that this person is having a little bit of a wonk within this lifetime. And it was pretty clear, because when you do this work for long enough, you get very, it's almost like you can smell a past life issue. It's the weirdest thing. And it's like it has a really distinct energetic charge to it, whereby when you've got these wonks happening and you're thinking, it's because of this and that and whatever of this lifetime, but when you really look at it, there's no real basis for it. And it's almost like you're playing out a game or a scene of somebody else's movie. And so that's sort of like the simplest way for me to describe it. And it was very clear to me that this gorgeous lady was having a bit of a past life reoccurrence with this other person in their life. So we did this past life regression and healing work. And, it just came down to basically they'd had a massive difference of opinion and in this past life back in sort of medieval times. And they were wanting to both be right, but they couldn't both be right. Well, actually, they could. That was the funny thing. And so we were able to move forward far enough that, because the argument that these two had affected how their entire families related to each other. And so we fast forwarded probably about 20 years after the fight, and it got to a point where they were actually able to do some healing with each other and be shown what impact their argument was having on the futures of themselves. And also they are both very money orientated in that particular lifetime. So we were able to show them the impact of their squabble from when they were young, and how that was continuing to impact the resentment, the rage, the anger, the all the stuff was impacting their lives in the future, for them in the future, and financially into the future. So that very much inspired them to lay down their energetic weapons, so to speak, and actually come together and just be an allowance of each other's difference of opinions, and realize that it's not actually harmful, that you can actually have a really well-working relationship between the families and within the community, even if you don't always agree sometimes. So that was a really, really cool and interesting healing session to go through. So yeah. And as you can tell, there was a lot of energy on it, which was just amazing. Oh, well, just look at that. I can do that too, in case you didn't know. So much like Melinda, if you would like an extended reading tonight, please feel free to donate. And to the PayPal that is running across the screen is the PayPal link that is pinned at the top of the comments there. It's in the show notes. It's everywhere. And what you crew don't perhaps realize is that, well, some of you do. So this began in December last year. So I started donating the proceeds of these Find You Fridays to charitable organizations that spoke to my heart, that spoke to me as being people where it's not all eaten up in admin costs and things. And this week, from last month's donations, plus a little bit of extra from me, those funds went towards buying ingredients for this absolutely gorgeous lady called Gail over in New Zealand, who has been baking and cooking for all of the people in her area that she can get to, who are helping with the cleanup after the cyclone over in New Zealand in the Hawke's Bay area. So this beautiful lady Gail, she's a pensioner. She's not loaded by any way, shape, or form. She just has a passion for cooking and a passion for looking after her community. And so when I found out through a friend of mine that this is what she was doing, I was like, yes, this is where the Find You Fridays is going to be donated to. And she popped up a post today thanking the people that have donated, which included myself, which is, of course, you all. And tonight, and then I was sharing the story within my group because that I have a very, very special group that I started last month. It's a private group for just us, and I was sharing it in there, and one of the beautiful beings in there has now donated another $50 to go towards the fund. So if you all donate tonight, I will be pushing tonight's funds through as well to Gail to continue on her good work of feeding the people who are helping with the cyclone cleanups over in Hawke's Bay. It's been very hard hit in select areas, and the silt in some places is right up to the tops of the windows. And it is an intense, horrible, hard work job to do. And if you're covered in silt and muck and all the rest of it, the last thing you want to be doing is hopping in your car to go and find some food. So Gail is just doing an absolutely phenomenal job in feeding these people. And she just did it because she wished to contribute. And to me, that is the most important thing. So this is, as I said in my private group today, I was like, this is the energy of the life that I desire to continue to contribute to. The feeling and the space of communion with each other, of community, of being able to contribute to each other in whatever way is your unique way. And so it's very much, I feel very honored to be able to pass that forward. So thank you to all of you as well for contributing to that. And I'm just so grateful, so grateful. Yes, I got through it without crying. Yay! That was not the case earlier today. Oh dear. Not that there's anything wrong with tears at all, but it is just really nice to be able to get through a very heartfelt message like that without crying. All right, so let's have a look at a general reading. How did the full moon treat you? I know it was pretty epic for myself. Truth. No, not those cards. Okay, who wants to come play for this full moon reading? No? Who wants to come play? Interesting. This is a lovely set that we haven't played within a couple of weeks. So let's have a look and see for the next 7 days of the week. So today being the 10th, so we've got from the 11th to the 17th. Of course, we've only got the half moon floating through this week. So there is things that you can do with all the different phases of the moon. I'm still learning. and or remembering how to work with the moon. And there are many people in this world and probably in this community that are way better at working and knowing how to work with the moon. But I like to acknowledge the fulls and the full moons and the new moons. I think they're important. That's when the most energy is floating around. So let's have a look and see how we can best work with the energies of the next week for the entire collective. Whatever resonates for you, please pick it up and run with it. And whatever doesn't, leave it for the next person to pick up and run with. And you might even find that it is all relevant in its own way to you anyway. because that's sometimes how these readings flow. Okay. Cool. Lots of energy off of this one, my friends. So we've got the wordy cards. So there's not much point in me holding them up to you, but here we go, just so that you know. So we've got, now is the time for security, strength, and stability. You will meet someone who will help to show you these qualities lie within yourself. So what I'm hearing with that one is the biggest words there are obviously now is the time. And we will read across the 4 cards as once I've finished the end, but the little mini parts of this is all the spaces and places within that are preventing you from feeling and perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving this security, strength, and stability that you truly be. Will you please let that all go now? Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Shwana. And thank you for letting that go. The next card we have is, you have been blessed with the opportunity to renew love. Nurture it so it may blossom in you. So at this time, with the full moon as she has come through, of course, that's also a time to celebrate. And it's a releasing time, but it's also a time to celebrate what you have achieved. And within this card here, it's another sort of, it's just like the tail end of going, you've been blessed. You've been blessed in this life and with the opportunity to renew love. And it's like, this is the love you have within. It's to bring that unconditional love up and through your body. You can pull into it from Mother Earth. She's got, infinite supply for you. And you can bring that up and start rekindling that flame of unconditional love within you so that you can also have that unconditional love for yourself. And as that grows, shifts, changes and expands, then that will also influence the people around you and bring in more of those times, more of those elements, more of those situations where you too will feel that space of unconditional love around you, even if it's just from your garden, from the plants, from the sky, from the rainbows, from the birds. It's all around you all the time. I actually am able to perceive the unconditional love from this space. The space surrounds me with unconditional love. And so when you're taking care of you, you're able and expanding out, shifting, growing, changing, expanding, lifting your consciousness levels and moving more towards where you originally were many, many, many thousands of lifetimes ago in your original spiritual form. You're changing at the moment, you're growing, and the universe is supporting you wonderfully with that. We've got the new ideas and thoughts that are manifesting within you may cause irritability and small difficulties. Be open to these new ideas. So I'm seeing this message coming through a lot at the moment. And just about every single session I've got right now and that has come through, they are all saying the same thing. You have to be open to new ideas. You cannot, and this universe will not allow you anymore to stay stuck in one lane. You have to be open to expand out, to try new things, try new modalities, try new ideas, thoughts, processes. The whole universe is supporting you with this, because if you're not open to new, you will find that your body will become very irritated. You'll get headaches. You'll get a lot of body irritations. You may get skin rashes. You might get pain in weird places. You might get so many things going really a little bit wonky with your body. And this is purely down to your resistance of receiving new information and new ways of thinking and being. So be very, very aware of that. And if you see these things popping up in your world and on your body, it's time for you to slow down. Don't go running off to the doctor straight away. Slow down and ask your body, what is it that she or he knows? What is it that they know? What information are they trying to communicate with you? Excellent books for learning how to interpret that is Ina Segal's Secret Language of Your Body. And that's my go-to. I do also have Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I prefer Ina because her methods are a little bit more expansive for me. But please find a resource that works for you. Start listening to your body because she is way more aware than you give her credit for. She knows what's going on, and you are the one that is tasked with the job of learning how to interpret her messages. Okay? Her or his or their. Most of my audience is female, so yes, I apologize to any lovely gentlemen out there who are listening to this message right now. The same thoughts, same for you though. Your bodies are definitely communicating to you, and you have to learn how to interpret that and figure out what the hell it means to you. Okay? The next one that we've got is be open to your feelings, look inside yourself and allow the feelings you have been hiding to emerge. This is something else that's happening a lot right now, and it ties in very beautifully with the previous card of as these body symptoms are coming out, these moments of your body screaming at you. It is really important to look at what emotions am I hiding here? What is it that is sitting right deep down that I'm being too afraid to acknowledge? Perhaps you experienced something as a little one that has made you push down those feelings, those big feelings, as we would say in childcare these days. Gosh, those are some big feelings, some big emotions today. And it's like wherever you have pushed down and suppressed those big emotions as a child and felt like you could not and will not express yourself wholly and fully because of the rejection that you fear, or the ostracizing that you fear, or the punishment that you fear, all the stuff as little ones. Hi, Bella. Please let that all go now. Lots of energy off that one. Thank you very much. So across the cards, we've got now is the time. You have been blessed to be open and emerge. Oh my goodness. So as you can see, the cards and your teams are all supporting you to say, yeah, now's the time. Now's the time to get onto that brilliant idea that you've been pottering away with in the back of your mind. Now is the time. If you are wishing to, start a new plan for eating habits or diet or exercise or body movement, I'd rather say, now is the time to do that. If you've got a brilliant business idea, now is the time. And also, you're going to have to be open. You're going to have to be open to collaboration. You're going to have to be open. And by collaboration, I mean not only with other people, embodied people, you're going to have to be open to the spiritual realm, to be open to them helping you. You're going to have to be open to you being able to contribute to all of you. And that includes your masculine and your feminine. playing together in a nice harmony instead of your masculine being really, really high. So this is all coming through at the moment for the next week, okay? And interestingly enough, the color card that we have is red, which is free yourself from pain. Okay, so again, we're looking at what is your body trying to tell you. Okay, what exactly is your body trying to tell you? Thank you, Bella. Thank you for your donation. You're second in line after Mel. So let's have a look at our yummy card for the next week and just see where we're sitting with our yummy cards for the next week for the collective. We've got generosity. Oh my goodness. So generosity to me isn't necessarily with money. It's not necessarily with possessions. It's generosity of time. It's generosity of spirit. It's generosity of energy. And so be generous with the kind, soft, loving, gorgeous sides of you and allow that to be floating across every single day for the week to come. Okay. All those times that you feel like, I'm going to work and I have to see that person. Be generous. Be generous with the kindness and the softness and the gloriousness that you be. Remember, everything you touch, everything you look at, everything you speak about, even your very breath has magic. It has the magic of influence. And much like our fingers when they touch the water and it sends those ripples out, everything you say does exactly the same thing. Okay, so be very, very aware of that over the next week. Allow yourself to be that space of generosity, because what you give out is what you receive in return, and often many times over. Okay, not that you do generosity from that space of, oh, I know what I'm going to get back. You do it from no point of view, and you'll be surprised at what you get back, because that's the best part. Alrighty, Melinda, my sweet, let's have a quick look. What is it that you would like me to have a look at, my love? So yes, I hope that helps everybody. Messages for the next week. Today I am drinking Bengal spiced tea. I love this stuff. It's got those nice sort of gentle Melinda. Melinda, where are you, sweetie? There we go. Is there something else in your world that you would perhaps like to have a look at? The only reason why I ask is because this is a question we've been asking a little bit. Where are your blocks? Oh, that's got her brain thinking. So Bella, it's not your turn yet, but just have this in your awareness. I like to work with specific areas and blocks. Okay, so if you've got something up in your world and you feel like it's a bit of a block for you, or it's like something that you're having a bit of trouble with, like Melinda at the moment can't figure out what she wants to ask me about. That's her block for today. She knows. I love you, gorgeous. I love you. Just have that in the back of your mind and just pop it back there, okay? And when I ask, you can pop it in the chat for me, okay? All right. So let's have a reading for you. Oh, yeah, that's what I was getting. Yeah, but don't go shooting all over yourself, okay? So I'm going to put that up just so that people know that I'm doing a specific reading for Melinda right now. Okay. I'm excited, actually. On Sunday, I'll get to start on a new renovation job. Yay! Happy days. It's a nice little cosmetic job. Beautiful. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Melinda. So what we got, the question that I asked to start off with was around asking what is preventing you from being able to find a job or move forward in the workforce. Okay. So we've gone to the big guns. We've got the tarot out today. So to start off with, you've got the Three of Wands and they are in the upright position. So when I look at this one for you, I see this one as being, you really do have a space of like you're holding back. All right. It's almost like you're grabbing the edge of the fence and it's like you don't really want to move either way. And it's like there's a world of gold sitting out here waiting for you. But what you're being required to do is take a chance. You're being required to take that leap off of that cliff, because what we can't see is there's actually a bunch of steps that are leading down to that wealth of gold. And until you take that one little step forward, which reveals all the other steps, you're not going to move. You're not going to change what you're doing where you are. Okay? You're going to have just that little bit more courage. You're going to have to let go of the fence. You're going to have to let go of sitting on the fence and start stepping forward with your choices. We have the Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, which is reversed. Okay, so we obviously know that that is to do with money, and you're feeling like money at the moment is really tight and that you can't see how to get yourself out of it. It's like everything is upside down and there's this space of, you know, the feet are, everything is just all topsy-turvy for you right now, and you can't see where the money's coming from because literally your skirts are covering your head. You've gone like this. You're in ostrich mode. Again, it's lining up with this one. Okay, so for this to be able to reverse, you're going to have to do some work around money and your perceptions and some of your blocks around money. And you're going to have a look, and I'm getting that this is a childhood thing. Okay, so this is stuff that is coming up to be healed and cleared from your childhood. Hi, Julie. I'm in the middle of a reading with Melinda at the moment. So this is stuff that's coming up from your childhood. Let me just see. And the ancestry, so your blood ancestry, and it's asking for you to come up and to heal it and clear it. Okay, so you're going to have to look at that and use some tools around, going back and dealing with your childhood self, as well as looking at healing some of those ancestral lines. I get the feminine line is very much in play here. There's the element of contraction, really holding tight the purse strings that's come down from your line, and you're like, I can't understand that, and it's confusing for you. And there's also the space of just wishing for everything to be easy and light and fun, and it's just not right now, not when it comes to these areas. Okay, the card that we have in the middle, so those two are sort of like where things are at the moment. This is kind of like just giving us a bit of an overview. The next card that we've got, interesting, is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is coming through, and there's a lot of beautiful potential coming, and it's coming from the future. So in the future, there will be spaces for you to embrace this side of you that you've been suppressing, that you've been holding back. The cups, of course, is a water to do with emotions. Again, you're going to have to look at what really makes you feel super juicy and delicious. So when it comes to work and creating an income, what is something that really lights you up and makes you go, oh, yes, that's what I wish to do? Because if you do that, if you start identifying those things, and then you can start reverse engineering that and going, well, if I wish to be there, what are the steps? What are the steps that I have to take to get there? Your cup overfloweth with possibilities. And when you land on that thing, you're going to feel it in your very, very heart, in the depths of your belly, right down to your tippy toes, that yes, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. And it could even be exactly where you are right now. Perhaps there's some supervisory management type role that's going to appear. I don't know. But we have discussed in the past that there are a lot of skills that you are picking up right now. And these are all going to be wonderful for your resume and for you moving forward with whatever job comes your way. Okay. So just keep being aware of that energy of the life that you truly desire. Have a look at what sort of things really light you up. Okay. The next one we've got is the Justice card, and he is reversed. Okay. So where we feel we are maybe, well, there you go. Maybe it's a temporary role. I start next week for 5 weeks at head office. Who knows? Maybe it's a trial run to see how well you fit within the team. And perhaps, just maybe, you might find that you fit incredibly well. they will find out that you will fit incredibly well. And then it's all good. One of the things that they are asking you to have a look at, though, is just do some journaling. I'm hearing journaling around past jobs and all of the injustices, obviously, because it's upside down, all the injustices and all of the interesting belief systems that you have about working in an office, working in a different kind of role to what you have been. We have all sorts of interesting points of views that float around people who, work in offices or in administration roles, or who are owners of companies, or all those really interesting things. We have interesting points of views that pop up around money and that sort of thing. So now is the time, especially over this long weekend, for you to do some really quick, deep healing on this stuff, the stuff that you feel like perhaps hasn't quite been resolved and let go of from those other workplaces. So I would suggest to you to go back through in reverse, okay, all the jobs that you've ever done, and just write down that you can remember, okay, and write down any little wobbles, any little energetic like in your worlds that is holding you back, that has created a wonk in your world, that's added to any shock, trauma, or heartache, or places where you feel like you can't be yourself, or anything like that. I think you get what I'm saying. Write it down and then do some processing on it. You know how to do access processing, so do that, and then you can bring in some release work with that. Okay, so you can do some forgiveness on it. You can do that however you choose, what resonates for you. A lot of people like to write the stuff down and then burn it, and then as it's burning, they say, I forgive you. And releasing that energy up to Creator to be cleansed and cleared and never to return to you again. And just go through it and just make sure that your slate, your work slate, is completely clean and clear by Tuesday. Okay? Remove the injustices out of your world. The next one that we've got is the Queen of Swords, and she's also reversed. So that is about the swords, of course, is the head. It's the air sign. So having a look at where your head is outweighing your heart area, having a look at where it's like that lovely little saying of everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Okay, so having a look at what would contribute to make it turn upwards. And what I'm hearing is be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. You're letting your stone seat smack you on the head. You're getting too much in your head. That's funny. Because if she's the right way up, she's actually looking to the future, and she's like going, yes, and here we go. We have the future and it's all laid out for you and it's looking lovely. Okay? She's very much looking to the future. She's not looking to the past. She's not looking to the right now. She's looking to the future. So there's that potential for you to do the same. Okay? So yeah, so right now you're letting your stone throne smack you in the head. So bring it down to your heart space, bring it down to your feminine, bring it down to the base, the creation space. Spend some time being soft and nurturing, and with the they keep saying get out in nature, get out in nature, get out in nature. Start touching some trees and play with the textures of flowers and those soft feminine type things, and this will just continue to open that space up for you. The second to last card that I've got for you, Thecla. This goddess is the one that has asked to come through to support you for the next 3 months. Okay, so we've got Thecla. Let's see if I can get the light correct on that one. There we go. All right, so she's the prophetess of true power. True power. So it's Thecla. And her inspiration is, I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So with her, you can see that she's got the light in her fingers. She's got the lion, and she's got the just unconditional love light all around her. Okay, she's very potent, and yet there's and obviously fierce. She's embodying that lioness energy, and she's also asking you to remember your potency and your power. She's asking you to bring it back. If you're finding it difficult to find within this lifetime, start doing some work on tapping into and asking for your other lifetimes to come through and to be that potency and embody them. Okay, so Thecla is your goddess for the next 3 months. Play with her, enjoy her. And this comes from the Divine Feminine Oracle. So if you're wishing to learn more about her, send me a little message later, and a private message, and I'll send you some more info, okay? Alrighty. And of course, we can't forget your yummy card. Your yummy, yummy, yummy card. We got community. Okay, so whatever work you're going to be doing, you're going to be working in the community. Okay, stop resisting that. Stop thinking it's wrong. It's good. It's where you're meant to be, quite clearly. It's why you are where you are. And now we are just requiring to have that role be one that you get paid for, instead of doing all that gorgeous, amazing voluntary work that you have been doing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Melinda. Thank you for that reading. Thank you for that space. I feel very honored to have you here. Thank you for your donation towards the beautiful efforts of Gail back in New Zealand for the people who are helping out with the cyclone survivors and the rebuilding efforts and clearing and cleaning efforts that are going on over there. So yes, I'm very curious to see how that goes. Alrighty, just asking Melinda's team to step out now and bringing Bella Mays in. Okay, let's have a look at your question. Interesting. So you're an energy worker that's had a few bumps and now you're more practical. Oh, you've headed back into your masculine. Interesting. Like Harry Potter leaving Hogwarts. I love that. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see which card deck wishes to come and play. I swear they're just about all out now. Bella, What modalities and tools do you play with? Oh, Ina Segala's in the house. Awesome. Bella, we require a little chat. I think just truth. Yeah. All right. So flick me a message after I've finished your reading. Okay, a private message, and I'll tell you why. All right. So just it's to do with featuring you on my Chasey Tuesday podcast. Won't be for a few weeks, but yeah, that will just open that space up a little bit more for you. Okay. Alrighty. So first of all, we have this gorgeous card. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? So we've got uncover your softer self. Beauty lies beneath. So, like I said, when I read that message, immediately I was like, all right. So she's let her gentler feminine side take a little rest for a bit. Not anymore. It is time to bring that back up and to uncover the magic that is you. Okay, so with what you work with, I would suggest that you have a look at all the spaces and places when you do a body scan on yourself. Have a look at all the spaces and places within where you have hidden your feminine, where the lumps and bumps in the road have created a space and a belief system where you felt like you had to hide your feminine, and bring that back up. Bring back up that softer, gentler side. Release whatever it is that's preventing that from flowing for you. Okay. The next card that we've got is around learning from past mistakes, grow into greater wholeness. So again, this is sort of marrying nicely with our greater communion reading from this top of the show, where you're actually going to be asked to expand out from what you do. You're going to have to come and be willing to look at other modalities, other tools, and other spaces and places where you can play with your feminine in a way that is way more empowering for you and for your clients. Okay. So learning from the past mistakes is being too rigid for you. It's where you've gone, no, this is my lane, this is where I'm sitting, and I'm not moving from that. For this new space, this new level of consciousness that we've been very, very fastly stepping into over the last few years, you're going to have to be more varied in your approaches. And that's part of where these bumps are coming from. And within those bumps, it's like, it can get a little bit triggering. It can be uncomfortable. And so that's where you're putting up a lot of resistance to receiving. Okay. And being in your feminine and having your feminine in balance with your masculine means that your receiving levels will be much higher, and you'll be able to move through this next space in your life with a lot more ease. The next card we've got, which is again talking about the stuff, the inner work that you're still requiring to do. Okay. These cards are absolutely gorgeous, by the way. You can pick them up from Big W. Release inner tension, move into fluidity. Okay. So again, we're looking at this space where I used to have this point of view where I had to, if I wanted anything done, I had to do it myself. If I wanted it done properly, I had to do it myself, which then also created the space where I was a hyper neat freak and hyper independent. Okay. My masculine was off the charts, and it was very much reinforced by the industries that I chose to work in, which was the building industry. I did the building industry for 13 years. Then I moved over here, completely changed industries, went into very female-dominated areas, which was a massive learning curve for me. Then I started really hitting into my energy and spiritual journey. And again, I actually leaned into a modality to start off with that is incredibly masculine because it matched the energy that I was. But I had to learn and pick up some very potent and powerful tools from them before I could actually be comfortable enough to go, actually, do you know what? I'm ready to start diving into my feminine stuff now. And that's when I picked up some other really incredible tools, and I started creating my own tools, and they're all around working with the feminine and bringing that up and into balance. And what I realized is that when your masculine and feminine is in balance, you're actually in flow. Okay. And they dance with each other as opposed to fighting and scrabbling for the scraps, you know. Because when the feminine is scrabbling for scraps, she gets angry. She gets very, very resentful, and she starts being a little bit sadistic and sometimes a little bit narcissistic and sometimes a little bit gaslighty, and plays the guilt tripping and does all of these kind of quite toxic behaviors. So when you see that coming up in you, if you see any of those energies, it's a really good sign that your feminine and your masculine is out of whack. Okay. So the next card that we've got is Embrace Loving Touch. Okay. Which is reach out and connect. So it's like, when was the last time you had a massage that was just gentle? When was the last, or like if you do get massages, are they all like deep tissue, sports, bra? Right? Sometimes we just require our beautiful bodies that do so much work for us, require that gentleness, softness of touch, even if it's just from you. All right. One of the tools that I use a lot with my clients when we're bringing these elements up into balance is we do this thing where we take our fingers very lightly and we just gently trace along the top of our hand with our fingers and allow the rest of your body to enjoy that space of being touched. Some of us don't like other people touching us. Some of us do. I love being touched, and I love it even if it's just from me. But how often do you gently, softly even rub your moisturizer into your face or into your body? Or is it like, oh yeah, get that out, slap it on, rub it in, okay, sweet, done? You know, have a look at all the little ways that you can be bringing that gentleness, the softness, and the nurturing, and bringing that loving touch back into your daily practice. Okay. Very long time ago for a massage. Yeah, book one in. Okay. I know you said you're not working, but perhaps you can find somebody out there who does do gentle massage. That could actually, you could do an energy swap, like a services swap with them. So you could provide them with some crystal Reiki work or decoding work, and then they can provide you with a massage. Okay. It's a really beautiful way of being able to contribute to each other. All right. I do that with my friends a lot. Relax into the unknown. All right. Initiate with trust. So this lovely one is very much along the lines of what I was saying before. If you were just going to have to break out of your mold, honey, and you're going to have to get really comfortable with being uncomfortable while you're learning all this or remembering all these new things. And for you this lifetime, learning new things, but that's not actually new. All right. So have fun with getting uncomfortable. Smile when you start feeling uncomfortable, because it's like, oh, we're going into something new here. Eek. Exactly. Eek. And reframe it in your mind. Instead of fearing it, move forward into it, embrace it, and go. But like Melinda, having to let go of the fence and step forward just that one little step, and poof, the whole world's there with all the steps and everything. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Got a couple more cards yet. Which one first? This one. Okay. So the first one that's coming out is the Amber card, which is awaken your creativity. So you're going to have to be learning some new stuff, some new tools, some new ways of connecting to your community, some new ways for you to connect with your audience. Okay. And this, you're being really, really well supported with that. So just bringing in that amber, to me, it almost looks like gold, but it's just such a delicious energy, such a delicious color to be bringing in and around and through your business and your money flows and all of that sort of stuff. There's some really, really good things happening in there. The next card that you've got is Brilliance, which is discover your sparkle. So when I do energy healing work and when I've worked with theta healing, we quite often we always end up at the end of the session having a moment there where we're underneath a brilliant crystalline waterfall. And this crystalline waterfall is flowing all the way over and through every cell and molecule of your body, just cleansing, clearing, and clarifying. Okay, so for me, when I see this card at the moment for you, get cleansed and clear and clarify what you actually desire to create in your world. Bringing those two cards together. Okay, so what is it that you desire to create? What is the energy of the life that you truly desire? How are you contributing to continuing to create that and moving forward through into that? Okay. Now let's have a look at your yummy, yummy card. We got forgiveness. Okay, so forgiveness for you, hun. So all of the spaces and places within where you are holding on to any anger, rage, resentment, hurt, pain, shame, regret, and anything else I haven't mentioned, will you now let all that go, please? And now forgive yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself for being where you were. Forgive yourself for the choices that you've made. And your home play, along with all of this other stuff, is to have a look at and start and write it down. You don't have to write a journal. You might not be into journaling. I don't know. But write down all the places where you feel like you're punishing yourself. Right? I forgive you for da 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 da. And then find the thing that you're grateful for that experience. Okay, there's always a silver lining. There's always a learning. There's always something that you have received from being in that experience or having made that choice. Okay, so this lifetime, this moment in time is very much about growing, shifting, changing, and expanding, moving into the feminine aspects, or bringing feminine and masculine into balance, where, as you know, we've had a male dominating patriarchal society for too many hundreds of years, and the universe is supporting us now to bring that up into balance. So it's not about making it more feminine. Okay, we're not, the universe doesn't actually require us to be more feminine. It just requires us to be in balance. The energies within and in the society. Okay, so at the moment, it's also shining very, very bright lights on all the spaces where we're not being that. Okay, so that's why at the moment things will feel maybe a bit uncomfortable for you and for others out there. And why it feels a bit wonky and it feels a little bit like, oh, and for many of us, we're going through multiple upgrades. I've had another one, a smaller one this last few days, which required me to be a little bit quiet, and the universe supported me with that and gave me only a 2-hour shift at work on Tuesday. So it was very chilled, very calm. And I'm like, thank you, universe, for supporting me through my upgrade. I'm grateful. I really didn't have the energy to do much more today. Thank you. So have a look at those things for you as your home play. All righty. I hope that helps, Bella. And again, please message me. Edwina. Hello, my sweet. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Thank you for your listening. We have another gorgeous soul who has just donated. That's what those little ding-a-ling-a-lings is when somebody donates for an extended reading. So I'm incredibly grateful. So Edwina, can you please pop your question in the chat, or the area that you'd like me to have a look at in the chat, please? Yeah, it will feel wonky for a little while, my love. We're, like I said, we're going through so many multiple upgrades at the moment, and we're at that upper part of the curve at the moment. It was a long hard slog to get to like 2012, where the shift happened, where I don't know if you recall, there was okay, thank you, Edwina. And where there was like the big thing about the end of the Mayan calendar and how the whole world was going to fall apart and blah, 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 blah. No, all it was is that the Mayans needed to turn the page. So it wasn't the end of the world. But what it was actually, it was the central part of the great shift that's been going on. And so we're heading up from everything from 2012 onwards, has just been heading more and more up into the space of being the feminine, being more balanced and having their rightful place. Women are not meant to be suppressed. Women and the feminine and the capacities that we have as women are now asking to be shown, to be seen. This is why we have things like these podcasts, why we have these readings, why we have beautiful people like Elizabeth Peru out there, and, you know, Ina Segal, and, you know, all the others that are out there, Laurie Ladd, and all these amazing, incredible women throughout the world spreading their messages of love and hope and healing and connecting to all of us, to inspire us, to keep us moving on that trajectory of those higher consciousness levels. We are working our way back towards what we once were, as, you know, when we first came to Earth, if you like. So it's a really interesting space to be in. And when you start finding out more of this information as it comes through, it's like, oh, wow, okay, that makes so much more sense. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yes, Julie, it is. It is working with our nervous systems, and as we become and embrace more of who we truly be and stop trying to suppress who we be, our nervous systems will cool and calm. Okay, and then we'll find that things like anxiety, depression, all that stuff will chill out, because we're actually in the energy flow, we're in flow, and that other stuff will no longer be a part of what how we will function in the world. But along with that, we also have to remember to be very mindful of how we speak and the words that we use, because every word we use, we're adding more magic to it. So, for example, if you're someone who sits and watches the news or plays with mainstream media a lot, you'll find that your nervous system will probably be quite shot over the last 3 years. Whereas if you're somebody who, like me, chose way back in my early 20s just to not watch the news if I can help it. I do not willingly put the news on. I don't watch it. The only times I've ever seen the news is when somebody else is watching it. And generally within my home, I just don't have it on. It's very rare. Even my partner doesn't have it on because he says it's all bullshit as well. So that's handy. We're in alignment there. But we do watch it occasionally, very, very occasionally, if something big is happening in the world, like a natural disaster or something. We wish to just check up on a certain thing, just catch it a little bit of it. But generally I find out anyway. I find out through other channels. If I'm meant to know, I will find out. So yes. All right, Edwina. Oh my goodness, we're getting all the cards out today. So let us have a look. A look. You got me a big dick. So for those of you who are a little bit new to my channel, I have this one deck of animal tarot cards, and they are huge compared to my normal. So this is roughly the thickness of my normal deck, and this is what I have to shuffle with the animal tarot. So it can be a little bit challenging. The Secret Language of Your Soul by Ina Segal. That one there. There we go. Okay, that's what the box looks like. Amazing cards, absolutely amazing. And she goes into a lot of depth within the descriptions as well, like using the book, the guidebook. It's absolutely incredible. So, and within that, like, you could just pull one card a day and have a look at that one and really focus on that one card a day, and that would give you a lot of benefit as well. Good, Edwina. Got a bit of energy on there, lovely. Yeah, I think they're about $22, something like that. Okay. That's so funny compared to last week. Last week I used one deck. That was it. This week, far out. Oh dear. You can never assume in this world what you're going to get. Okay. I'm struggling to figure out where to put these all. All right. Just to give you an idea, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decks out. 9, 10. Sorry, I forgot the yummy cards. Ay. Funny. Alrighty, Edwina. We've got the Dreamer, which is the shepherd puppy. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. Wow, there we go. We've got another leap of faith card for you. All right. So with your work, is there something new that's come up that's a possible opportunity for you, or it's to come? Okay. There's truth. Which way is it? I get the sense that you already know what I'm talking about. So with that, take the leap of faith. The cards are saying, yeah, jump, go for it, see where it will lead you, because you just never know where, you might end up across this big scary pond or creek, and you'll just land into a field of fairies and flowers, and just it's going to be amazing. But we'll see what the rest of the card spread says as well. Okay. So to start off with, it's like, this looks good. The next one is the Three of Summer, which is the hummingbird. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those that you love. So that's a pretty exciting card, right? So again, you've got something to celebrate. So there's something really exciting moving through your work and what spaces and places you're contributing to and creating now. All right. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just seeing a lot of lightness here for you. We've got the Four of Spring with the otters. Okay, I'm just going to bring that up so you can see that. Oh, and they're just so cute. I love otters. All right, so the otters say it's time to kick back, relax, celebrate. Again, 3 times in one reading, celebrate. All that you have. Joy arises from success in your career. The completion of a project or a very happy home life. Okay, so given that we were asking about work, quite clearly, whatever is happening in your work right now, and whatever spaces and places you're sort of being led into, perhaps it's a promotion or something like that, the cards are saying, yeah, enjoy it. It's time. It's time for you to embrace all of that. Now, if this hasn't happened yet, it's coming, and very, very soon. Okay. It may not even be within the same firm, but it might be. the Two of Spring. So let's have a look at, see what the pelican. Have you ever seen a pelican in real life? They are huge, absolutely ginormous. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. So here we go. Again, we're getting the success in your creativity. So keep that creativity flowing and around your workspace. You are being seen. You're being valued. You are definitely being the big bird on the water. And it is time for you to scoop up all of that yummy, yummy energy, that yummy, successful energy, and you can definitely keep moving forward with that one. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've had such an excellent reading in so long. The next card that we've got for you is the Magician, which is the Unicorn. So there is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need, or I'll say require, to be successful. Okay, so just by that section alone, I would say that whatever is happening for you, whatever opportunities and possibilities are coming your way right now, scoop them up with all your heart and run with them. And put your magic in there, put your magical stamp on it. Just keep flowing and moving through that. And whatever you do, you're going to have so much success with it. The next card that I got for you, and I'm going to have to grab the book for this one because it's not a deck that I play with too terribly often, but it is equally potent and powerful. So we got ovulation. Okay, so this is from the Sacred Cycles Oracle. And the first thing it says is it is safe to be fully seen. All right, so given that we're talking about work, the cards are supporting you with being fully seen. Okay. Okay, this is your time to shine and be witnessed in your wholeness. Allow your radiance to be your guiding embodiment now, knowing that you are safe to make this declaration. Lead with your desire to show up with everything that makes you the unique individual that you are. Your expansiveness opens up portals and permission for others to do the same. Your home play or journal prompt. So we are at 1 hour and 24 minutes, 40 seconds. Okay. What do I most desire to share about myself that I usually keep hidden from others? Okay. So this will be what will make you the point of difference in your workplace. So keep shining, keep expanding out. You know that expanding out tool, and bring that beautiful pussy energy out and just let her show you the way. Let her show you where your beautiful deliciousness can be such a huge contribution in that what you're creating at work. And that will lead you forward in your life so that you can continue to having all the success, amazing success that we are seeing across all of those cards. I think every single one of them had like success or some celebrate or something like that woven through there. So, what an excellent reading. So let's just grab your yummy card. It's like I can feel my heart just going kaboof. It's like, yes, finally. It's bursting with happiness for you. And there's the card that we've got from the yummy pack for you is frequency. Okay, so your frequency is very high and very potent. So be aware of that. The energy that you be will be, you can influence the energies around you. Okay, so if you're walking in with the brightness, positivity, your feminine, just being gorgeously, wonderfully, holy you, magical you, the people, you will inspire confidence in others, and the confidence in others around you to continue to give you all the success that you desire to have, so that then you can create more on the planet. So I hope that helps. What an amazing reading. Like, wow. Anybody, if they'd listened to those cards, that deck for the first time, they would think that the whole deck is like, oh, bright and positive. No, it's not. You just happen to have a very bright and positive moment in your life. And I say, run with it, celebrate with it, enjoy it, acknowledge it. And that is your other little bit of home play, along with having a look at those energies from the sacred cycles. Take some time every single day, every night, to acknowledge your successes that you've had personally and professionally. And that will help to create and to contribute more for that energy moving forward. Okay, and that's a message not just for you, but for everybody. Right? Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody. So let me, where are you? Thank you. Have a quick drink. And let's do some poetry book reading. Okay, so you know the dealio. First number between 1 and 88 that pops into your head. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you've already had a reading today, that's okay. Just pop that in there and into the chat. Here we go. All right. So I'm just waiting for those numbers to come through. Not necessarily your favorite number, my beautiful ones. Just the first number that pops into your head between 1 and 88, please. Okay. Oh, Melinda, you gorgeous being. So, Julie, Miss Julie Knoll, Melinda has just done a pay it forward for you. So she has literally just popped through a wee donation through to Find You Fridays for you to have a reading. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you two have had a little combo on the side and you're paying her and then she's paid me, but whatever it is. So in the meantime, while I'm going through and doing these gratitude readings, you're welcome, Edwina. Formulate that space and that question in your world, in your space, in whatever blocks you've got. Let's do a quick reading on that. Pop that into the chat below. Okay. Number 2 from Miss Bella. All righty. So immaturity. Immaturity is what makes the rest of the human race either grow up or be sick. The world is full of immature people. They are that way to get back at other people because they can't grow up or just because their minds and brains are not advanced enough to know better. Unfortunately, most of us don't realize that the other person is immature until something happens to put these two people at odds with each other. Then they end up hating each other. And to make and make one another's lives very uncomfortable. If we realized that people were immature, then life would be much simpler. But this life is not that simple. So all we have to do is to not let the immature people of this world get the better of us. This poem makes me laugh because I know I wrote every single one of these poems, right? And whenever I get to read this particular one, it just takes me back because I actually wrote this in high school. And if we, as a funny little side note, so right at the bottom of most of the poems is actually a little spot that sort of gives you a bit of an idea. Yeah, see, told you, of where I was at when I wrote that poem. And what I've got here is trying to comprehend a 3-day relationship that broke up where the boy was behaving well. You can see how it went. He was just basically being stupid and immature. So in relation to you, what I'm hearing is that don't sink down to their immaturity level. Okay. Just be your sparkly self, be an allowance of who they be and what their and what their points of views are. You can be an allowance of that, but just don't sink down to it. Don't play in that field. You're way beyond that. And just sort of be that space like I just was then of going, you're funny. You're funny that you think that's the way to function in this world. Yeah, you're going to get a long way with that point of view. And just turn it into a joke, and walk away. Just walk away from it. You're not going to win with those ones. You're not going to be able to convince them otherwise. And they will have to have their journey, and it's not going to be on your time. Okay? That one cracks me up. Thank you for bringing it back up into my world. Oh, dear. Edwina, 77 for you, my love. We got patience, my girl. Yeah, just laugh and walk away. Just laugh and walk away. They'll lose the thing with being an allowance of other people's stuff and other people's consciousness levels and maturity levels is that if you don't resist and react to it, it'll lose its oomph and they will stop firing their crackers at you. And the more we laugh, the more we shift the energy anyway. Okay. Patience, my girl, for Edwina. If he is supposed to be yours, then he will be. You have made the connection over distance already. He loves you with all of his heart, his soul, and body. He will do almost anything to talk and be with you. So he has some things he needs to sort out. This year is about patience. This is another instance, another lesson. Breathe. Feel the love and warmth because it is true. Trust it. Trust in yourself. Trust what has been said before is true. Edwina, some interesting connections you're making at the moment. And with this one, sometimes it's about relationship and sometimes as in a relationship with someone else and sometimes it's a relationship with yourself. But the thing that was really shining for me as I was reading this one was patience, breathe, trust. Okay. So everywhere that you're sort of getting a little bit too up in your head and going into your thinky stinky mind about stuff and swirling it around, stop, trust the process, trust the universe, it's got your back, trust your spirit team, trust your beautiful spirit and body and your being. Trust it all, trust Mother Earth, breathe, and remember patience. Okay? It's one of the things about being very fast-working people and beings who do create very, very quickly. We find it hard to have patience. And this is one of those times you just have to have a little bit of patience. Okay? So trust you. Trust yourself, trust your awareness, trust everything that around what you are offering. Don't get arrogant, but trust. All right? All righty. Hello, Angelita, my beautiful sister. We're doing poetry readings. So if you chuck in your number between 1 and 88, you can absolutely have a little poetry reading, hun. Okay. Melinda, number 15 for you. And then I'll jump back up to Julie and do her formal reading, her beautiful reading. Oh, Melinda. Oh, Melinda, Melinda, Melinda. Crazy. I'm going crazy, crazy with longing for you. It's getting to a point where I can't tell whether it's anger or love. I hate it when I hear you've been alone with one of our friends. I know there's nothing going on, but it hurts so much. And I'm afraid of how I'm reacting to your actions, that you'll think I'm a crazy lady. That you'll begin to hate me because I'm reacting so badly. I need time. Time to get over you, time to heal, time to forget, time to accept you as a friend and not something to get jealous over. I'm like a kid with a toy. I don't want to share you with anyone. Everything is strange. Why am I thinking this way? It's crazy thoughts. Just crazy. I think perhaps your slow burner decided to die. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? And also it seems that there's a space where he has pulled away quite significantly. Now, I'm going to ask some awareness questions for a moment. So, truth, was this moment with you two a moment that was finishing off from a previous lifetime? How funny. Is the head off overseas for family reasons? Yeah, I get that. I get that it never happened as such. But it's almost like, okay, so see if this is light for you. If it's not light for you, that's cool. But what I'm seeing is the space of like this other lifetime, maybe the last time that you guys were together, and you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Perhaps either he died or you died very suddenly, and you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And there's a space of in that lifetime where it's like, I just wish I'd gotten to say goodbye. And so perhaps that's what's happened now, is like that wish to say goodbye is being completed. And I also get the awareness that you will be with someone else. And that there's a very high chance, depending on how you progress through these energies coming up and all these little mini upgrades that are happening at the moment, that person may come into your world towards the end of the year or maybe into next year. Okay. So if that gives you a little bit of hope, maybe. So, yes. Stay in touch as friends, though. All righty. And Julie, you've chosen number 17. Okay. Friends, they are the people with whom you share your deepest thoughts and emotions. For some strange reason, people are drawn together, and a bond which can't be seen forms. As time goes on, this tie can strengthen, but at the same time become even more fragile. These people trust each other, trust what they say as true, and trust what they do as being genuine. Sometimes a friend will do something which they think is for the best, but that can damage the bond between the two friends. This is a true test of friendship to see whether they can come out on top and be even stronger. So what I'm hearing is from this one for you, Julie, is around really valuing the people who love and adore you and become very discerning around the people who are telling you what you want to hear but are stabbing you in the back. So it's time for you to ramp up those awareness and truth-telling tools so that you know for yourself and you use your awareness as to who is genuinely got your back and those who don't. Okay? And then it's up to you what you do with that information. So friends can be absolutely amazing and gorgeous and just delicious and all of that sort of stuff, and they can absolutely have your back no matter what. And as they say, some people are there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. All right. So, and that's okay too. And sometimes people, when they are choosing the exit strategy, choose to do it in a way that's maybe not so nice and kind. And that's okay. And that's where you have to be in that space of forgiveness of yourself and of them, and thanking them and feeling gratitude for them for everything that they have created in your life. Okay? All right. Now I've got one more to do, which is Angelita. Interesting, Melinda. You're welcome, Julie. You're welcome. Yeah, because there was no mistaking. There was definitely a quite a good charge on the energies of you guys coming together. But it's like at the end of the day, we all have free will, right? And if he was not ready to deal with those other energies, Melinda, then definitely you'll find that they will pull away. They'll do interesting things to create some distance. Okay. So I think that's what happened there, unfortunately for him. Mm-hmm. Okay, 56. Angelita, you are. You are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh even when I'm crying. You are the one that I can trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart, you are my companion, you are my soul, and I love you. You're talking with yourself. This is from your being to you to remind you that you are all of these aspects for you, that you have the ability and you can trust you 100% of the time, and that you are loved totally and utterly by you. And because we're all a part of the universe, you are also loved by the universe, by Creator, by Mother Earth, by Father Sky. The very air that you breathe is love. It's unconditional love. It's contributing to your cells, very cells and molecules, every single day. So what I'm hearing with this one is, it's time for you to receive that, please. Receive the magic that you be. And allow yourself to be in that beautiful feminine flow. Okay? I adore you, my sweet. Tears are a lovely thing. They really, truly are. I know I've cried enough of them myself today. And all tears of gratitude, all of them. You know, there was no pain, there was no sorrow in there. It was just tears of gratitude. All right, now let's jump back up to Julie. Okay, my sweet. Let's do your proper reading now. Okay, so you wish to have one of those cards. Cool. Let's start with that. Let's see where else we're going to go to. You're very, very welcome, Angelita. We must rebook you in for the podcast too. Why do I feel like something's not showing itself to me right now? Okay, cool. Yes, she is happy. Okay, Julie. I require you to take a really, really big, deep breath. Like right down to the bottom of your belly. And then as you slowly let it out, Now just take another big, big, deep breath in. And then gently, slowly, slowly, slowly let it back out again. And this time as you breathe in, bring Mother Earth energy up through your feet and through your legs and through your body all the way to the crown. And as you gently, gently, slowly breathe out, bring the Father Sky energy all the way down from the crown, all the way down through to your feet. Thank you. Immediately I'm getting for you, honey, you require more breathing exercises. Your breath is all up here and in your high chest. Okay, you may not even realize that you're doing it, but what's happening is with your breath being in your high chest a lot, what you're doing is setting off your brain into going, oh, I require cortisol, I require stress hormones, oh my God, we're going to have to fight and flight really soon. Which is where anxiety, depression, all that stuff comes from. It's too much of the stress hormones running through your body. You're not meant to have that much. When we breathe deep and slow, and you do like box breathing and just focused breathing, what that does is it triggers the brain to go, oh, we don't have to be ready to fight or flight. We can actually, it's okay to relax. We've had the signal now. We've got the signposts to say it's all right to relax. Okay. So, and that then releases dopamine, which then allows the body to relax. So the other thing that happens when we have a dopamine release is that the body then doesn't have as many cravings for food, because you're releasing it naturally throughout your body. Sometimes our body, when it's fight and flight, will do cravings to trigger a dopamine release. So we will do a trigger of eating like chocolate or sugar or things like that, so that the body will go, oh, insulin, dopamine, woohoo, way do we go. All right. So you are being told straight away, just by me tuning into your body and your space, that you're requiring to drop your breath down. Start doing this naturally. And if you want to do some practice, if you desire to do some practice that's really practical, stand in front of the mirror and breathe and watch your shoulders. Okay. So when we're breathing up here, what happens is we tend to raise and lower our shoulders a lot. It's actually very hard for me to breathe like this because I'm not a high breather. So our shoulders will go up and down a lot. When we breathe into our belly, our breath, do belly breathing and those low diaphragmic breathing, our shoulders don't move. The front of our chest moves, but even then you can control that too. And if you breathe slowly through your nose rather than your mouth, but you can alternate it. There's other breathing techniques when you can breathe in and out of your one nostril and then in and out of the other nostril. There's loads and loads of different techniques. So that is something that immediately your team is asking for, please, for your body to help contribute to your body. Okay. So the first card we've got here is Victory. Yes, I can tell you shallow breathe. So drop it, keep dropping it down. Okay, keep going low. Keep breathing slowly. 4x4 breathing is lovely. And at nighttime, if you're struggling to get to sleep, one of the things you can do is do an inwards breath for 4 and then out for 6, and then in for 6 and out for 8, and then in for 8 and out for 10. Okay, and generally the 8 to 10, and then you just sort of stay there, and you might find it'll take maybe 4 or 5 breaths, maybe six rounds, and you'll start to relax, and then all of a sudden you'll be off. I've used that tool not too often because I generally sleep really well, and I can generally go off to sleep pretty well. But there are times where I've been very, very stressed, and there's stuff that happens in life, and you start worrying about things, and there's not much is going to change between the nighttime and the next morning by worrying about it. But that breathing technique allows the brain, again, like I said, to settle. It tells the brain, I need to sleep now. I have to sleep now. We are going to sleep now. We are not in any danger. We're okay. It's time to chill out and relax. We can deal with this stuff tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, doing those different breathing techniques. The box technique, I don't know if you know about that one. So that's an inwards breath for 4. You hold it for 4. You let out for 4. You hold for 4. Okay. So then you repeat that. So in for 4. Hold for 4. Out for 4. And then hold for 4. Okay. And that's how you do that one. And you can extend that out to 5, 6, whatever works for you. Okay, back to the cards. So victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So I'm actually hearing with this one that you've been through one hell of a time lately. And for the last, I'm actually getting years. It's been a bit of a rough ride for you. And that things are now turning around. They're coming up. Okay, and things you don't have to be so stressed about everything anymore. It is all coming out, it's turning around, and it's going to be requiring you to just breathe through that, funnily enough. You might be seeing a lot of symbols and stuff at the moment if you are willing to take notice of them. So spiritual understanding, I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols helping you to understand spiritual truths. So with this one, you might see these sorts of shapes at night before you go to sleep. You might see them in weird, strange, random places around you. You might see them in the water. You might see them in the clouds. You might see them in cobwebs and all sorts of interesting places. So be aware of them and just take notice of them. Don't ignore them, because that's your spirit team talking with you. It's also as part of your spirit team, you've got Archangel Raziel floating around in there giving you this esoteric information. And your being knows and understands this esoteric information, and your body is working hard right now to comprehend and interpret that. So take it easy with your body as well. Okay. The next card that we've got for you is leadership. So it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And I'm getting a really neon light over the lovingly. So again, this is about that feminine aspect of you coming up to nourish and nurture you. This is the leadership of you and your life. Okay. It's time for you to bring that space up. And oh my God, I can feel my throat just going. So it's time for you to have a look at maybe doing some throat chakra work, where you can release any negativity and any stops and blocks that you've got around your throat chakra at the moment. There's some really excellent nighttime meditation stuff that is around clearing different chakra points. Highly recommend it. It's free, and you can just chuck it on, and you can enjoy that. And often with those sorts of ones, they don't have adverts through them, which is really nice. Okay. Your next one is in line with your poem as well. It's life review. Okay, so take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Okay, this includes your masculine and feminine energies, and includes taking stock of who you have around you, and start tapping into the space of the energy of the life that you truly desire. Have a look and do an inventory of who matches that energy and who does not. You may require to do a bit of a cull, and everybody requires to do that from time to time. Now, interesting. I shuffled these cards, and I shuffled them in a way that meant that I could not pull this card again, but it's come out again. Yourself and Melinda both are requiring to work with Thekla. Okay, both of you. So support each other, talk through what you have found about Thekla. Have a look at, she's the prophetess of true power. Okay, there's something that's happening with you two. There's some energy that is being created with you two around supporting each other in your spiritual journeys. So please allow that to grow, and, you know, have some sisterhood meetings or something like that, gatherings where you talk about these sorts of things. You talk about the esoteric stuff. You talk about the healing stuff. Maybe you pull a few cards for each other. If you do, Julie, if you do energy healing work of any kind, do some swaps with each other. Okay, and allow Thekla, the goddess of Thekla, to come and contribute to you. All right. Couldn't have pulled it if I'd tried. Let's grab your yummy card. Crazy how these things happening. Okay. And your home play is gratitude. And I'm pretty sure that's what came through in your poem too. So the gratitude for everything and everyone. Okay. So one of the most powerful and potent things that you can bring in is the space of gratitude. Gratitude and judgment does not and cannot coexist in the same space. Cannot. Okay. So be aware of where you're allowing judgment to come into your world. Be aware of where you can flip that around with gratitude. Okay, so for all the spaces and places, lifetimes, dimensions, realities, and non-realities where you are buying into the judgment of your ancestors and your bloodlines, will you now destroy and uncreate all of that? Thank you. It's now time for you to step up and step into the magic that is truly you, Julie. Okay? Your blocks are not real. Your blocks are made up in here. And you, as the potent goddess that you truly be, the potent being, the delicious, gorgeous being that you truly be, you can change any of that with simple thought, a change of thought, bringing in gratitude, being balanced with your feminine, continuing on in your good healing work, of your healing work, and smashing through those interesting points of views, blocks and stuff that's popping up. Okay? You got this. Now, you said something about love to, but I have to move to another state. Sisterhood can happen across the world. Okay? So just to give you an idea, I have this beautiful little sisterhood coven that I've created. And we have a sister who is in New Zealand. We have two that is in America. We have, how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4 of us that are in Australia. Okay. So this is our sisterhood that we have created together. And it happens in this beautiful little group, this beautiful little private Facebook group. And we have created it in a way that makes it safe for us to express. We are continuing. We're still only new. We're only a month or so old. But we have this space of total communion with each other, with honesty and vulnerability and gratitude and trust with each other, and a total allowance with each other for however we show up. So you can absolutely have that with Melinda. You can have that with whomever you choose. But given that you both are connected already and you're both going to be working with the same goddess for the next 3 months, I would highly, highly recommend that you do this work together. Okay? Because we are all the more powerful and potent when we work together. The time of working separately has passed. Okay? Beautiful. All right. And thank you, Angelita. I'm feeling very in my flow today. I hope that helps, Julie. And yes, I will send you, I'll take pictures of that cloth for you, Melinda, and I'll PM it to you so that you can pass it on. Okay. Beautiful. Alrighty, my gorgeous beings. Thank you for coming to play today. I am incredibly grateful for you all. And I know that Gail will very much appreciate the funds that you all have donated tonight, along with the very, very generous donation from one of my sisterhood that has come through today too. I'm so grateful for everything and all that we be together with each other, from the Find You Fridays community, for the other little sisterhoods and groups that we are all connected to. It's just such a beautiful, special time for us all. And I know for sure that we are all contributing to this incredible space of consciousness growing, shifting, changing, and expanding in such a beautifully exponential way right now. And it's such an honor and a privilege to be a part of that. So next week on Tasty Tuesdays, I've got Melissa Wilkies, who's from Perth, who has a business called Improve Yourself. She's a food nutritionist and a food ninja. And I'm really looking forward to chatting her and seeing what magic she has to share with our Tasty Tuesdays crew. And for all of you out there at the moment, thank you for being part of this world. Thank you for being and sharing your magic. And I look forward to seeing you either on Tuesday with Melissa or back here on Friday for Find You Fridays. Until I see you next time, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful ones. Get out there, be tasty, do something tasty for yourself, because if you don't, hardly anybody else will. Nurture and nourish that gorgeous feminine within you. Bring it into balance. Practice your breathing. Do some nice, light, lovely touch with you. Get a massage. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter to me, but do it for you. All right? And until I see you next time, I adore you. Thank you for being here. And if you happen to be over on YouTube land, feel free to press subscribe and press like and all of the things. I don't normally say it, but I do appreciate it if you do it. It's always fun to see, oh, how many subscribers have I got now? And I just feel very, very grateful and for you all. Till I see you next time, have a beautiful one, everybody. Mwah.